From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Ottawa has narrowed down the competition of two suppliers for Canada's next fleet of submarines. The government is looking at South Korea's Hanwha Oceans and Germany's ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems. Canada's current Victoria-class submarines are aging, and only one is operational, with replacements needed by 2035 to maintain Arctic and coastal patrols. Hanwha's subs offer lithium battery-powered propulsion, while TKMS pitches hydrogen fuel cell and diesel vessels. The project to replace submarines could cost tens of billions of dollars, and Ottawa will decide on a winner after talks with both firms, possibly announcing the decision by the end of the year. Prime Minister Mark Carney unveiled the government's new major projects office in Calgary today, run by former Trans Mountain CEO Don Farrell.
Ottawa is rolling out what it calls a one-stop shop for companies looking to fast-track approval of new infrastructure projects. The Liberal government passed Bill C-5 back in June, but Indigenous and environmental groups say the move could see them being sidelined from future talks. Conservatives, meantime, are blasting Carney for failing to get shovels in the ground, dismissing the new office as just another layer of red tape. Rob Westgate, The Canadian Press.
A White House spokesperson says the Trump administration is looking forward to, quote, ultimate victory in the matter of tariffs after a U.S. federal appeals court ruled some of the tariffs are illegal. Kush Desai tells the Canadian Press in a statement that Trump lawfully exercised the tariff powers that were granted to him by Congress to defend American national and economic security from foreign threats. A U.S. federal appeals court ruled on Friday that Trump's Liberation Day tariffs and his fentanyl-related duties exceeded those powers. Quebec's Auto Insurance Board announced today that it will lift its secrecy policies in order to comply with an ongoing anti-corruption investigation.
This comes after it was revealed earlier this week it had allegedly refused to hand over documents to Quebec's anti-corruption police force on the grounds of attorney-client privilege, prompting harsh reaction from Premier François Legault. The corporation has been mired in controversy for months after Quebec's Auditor General found that its new online platform was expected to cost $500 million more than expected, with the overruns now the subject of a public inquiry. Lisa Laporte, The Canadian Press.
Homegrown titles will be featured in the upcoming 50th Toronto International Film Festival. Canadian Eva Thompson's Nika and Madison is a feature film that expands on the short Red Lights, which she debuted at TIFF in 2023. The story hinges on the real-life practice of systemic racism, colloquially known as Starlight Tours. That's when police officers would pick up Indigenous people and drive them to the middle of nowhere before leaving them to make their way back on their own, often at night and in freezing conditions. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays recalled left-hander Easton Lucas from AAA Buffalo. Lucas was made active for today's game against the MLB best Milwaukee Brewers. Lucas had made 6 appearances and 5 starts for the Toronto Blue Jays this season. Courtney Sareau extended her gold medal streak to 7 races with a victory in the women's 1,000 meter at the Canadian short track speed skating competitions. The Moncton native crossed the finish line in 1 minute 29.21 seconds in Montreal's Maurice Richard Arena. Leroy Jordan, linebacker for the first Super Bowl winning team for the Dallas Cowboys in the 1970s, has died. He was 84 years old. The Cowboys announced Jordan's death today without saying when he died or giving a cause. Jordan was a big part of the doomsday defense that carried the Cowboys to a Super Bowl title in a 24-3 victory over the Miami Dolphins during the 1971 season. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.